People of Earth, hear this.
A new generation of community radio is happening here in Portland, Oregon.
Keep this frequency clear.
This is Wild Planet Radio 99.1.
You're listening to the Brandon and Brian Show on Wild Planet Radio. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brandon. Again, are you a vampire?
Today's letters are G-A-Y.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
What the hell is this?
I
I didn't sign up for the oldies. What's going on? Someone kill it!
Look, it's karaoke.
I see it's karaoke, but where's the damn dong when you need it? Be like, shh, get off the damn stage. It's over with.
So here we are on episode number 2 of the Brandon and Brian Show. We survived episode number 1, which apparently is quite popular with the... I don't know.
It's because of me. I don't know what the hell.
It was partially scripted. I knew what I was doing up to a certain point, and then I just dove off a cliff.
Oh, yeah. That's an understatement. More like you just... Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So, what do you want to talk about?
Well, what is the demographic we're going for? Are we going...
Everybody.
Okay. Everybody needs to listen to the Brandon and Brian Show. Okay.
Everybody. We're not going to judge. We're not even going to... No. If you just want to listen. I'm sorry.
So this is a thing that happened that I think that needs to be addressed.
But what I can say is I'm looking forward to being someone that you guys can all look at and be proud of. Someone you can smile at and see some of yourself in. Someone close to me once said, it's how you rise from a fall that truly defines you as a man. I'm excited for that challenge. And I want to say thank you so much for taking this journey with me. And I'm excited for you to see what's next. Thank you, God, for your grace and for never giving up on me.
Wait a minute. I thought the roast of Justin Bieber was supposed to be funny. What was that? What's going on there? I don't.
Actually, it was funny. This is part of the show where after he got all the, his ass kicked with all the jokes, where he gives a speech about it. About. I don't know. I don't even think there's even a line. He wanted to speak, and at the end they get to speak and talk about.
He wanted to tell his true self. Huh?
Yeah.
I heard that Martha Stewart said that the only fans that'll be following him in prison is Into the Shower. Was that true? Did Martha Stewart get him good?
She got him pretty good. She even offered herself to him. It was like, he was taking it all serious, right? And then she's like, yeah, you should settle down. Someone with money, someone with experience, someone who's a player and also can be a freak in the bedroom. And Justin's like, yeah, for sure. And then she's like, so with my last, what'd she say? With my last advice, and he's like, and then she's like, call me. She just like, basically, she's a freak. Justin? I told you he would take it very well. He loves jokes, and I wonder if he got money for that. He did say it was a birthday present. He wanted it, so he wanted it. It's not like...
I'm surprised Shatner didn't show up. It was such an opportunity for Shatner to show his face again and let the kid have it.
Who the hell's that?
Captain Kirk.
You mean, William Shatner?
The Shat.
Oh, you got to give it up for Justin. He started from the bottom, and he's still a bottom.
I lost my dad on 9/11, and I always regretted growing up without a dad. Until I met your dad, Justin. 2 people from the movie Soul Plane are here, right? Kevin, Snoop.
Kevin Hart was hilarious.
Was the worst experience of my life involving a plane.
Baby is the most hated video online, like statistically, if you check that shit out, okay? And there are also ISIS videos online, okay? That means that someone saw a video with a guy screaming death to America and sawing someone's head off and thought, nope, still not worse than Bieber featuring Luda in a bowling alley.
Martha, thanks for coming. I know that's probably something you don't do much of anymore. Natasha Leggero. This is my first time seeing you perform. You were really great, even though you didn't shoot out a single ping pong ball like Snoop promised. And Jeff Ross, thanks for being here, man. Jeff, you look like the emoji you send when you want to tell someone you have food poisoning.
Oh my God, what a madcap event that must have been. believers everywhere must have tuned in for the
Edit
horror
that
show.
one out because you just screwed that one up. Believers. He's like beavers. Anyways, but yeah, dude, that was hilarious. And I don't know how many people watch it because it was streamed online, so you didn't have to have cable to watch it. It was funny shit.
I managed to miss it, but I'll catch it. I saw the headlines, though. I heard that all the jokes were spoiled by the newscasters.
But
Okay.
yeah, Justin for sure had the more funniest jokes on it. It was so funny. I was like, damn.
All right, so here we are on show number 2. Are people
So-
liking us? Do people like
No,
us?
because we're not live right now.
People don't like us very much.
No, because we're not live. They're pissed off.
Can we get a few believers?
No, you have Brian Diva Cox fans, but I can handle anything. So iTunes was crazy enough to approve us today.
That's their bad, man. What do they know?
I have connections.
And this is what we sound like.
Who is making a major campaign announcement by email?
Listen to that dork.
Lucy, it's your son. Go.
Calculating.
Lucy, it's your cue. Penny.
All right, so like we're on iTunes and stuff, so we've made it, right? We've arrived.
Yeah, we have arrived. But if Brandon doesn't figure out a schedule to get all his projects together, our show is going to crash after our first 2 episodes.
No, I won't let that happen.
Because where's the opening now?
Because we've got believers out there.
We don't have believers. Those are Justin fans. Though some of them follow me. They're like, tell Justin to follow me. I'm like, yeah, I'll get right on that.
Are his subscribers real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. When Justin followed me on Twitter, they were tweeting me to get him to tweet him, and I was like, I have no control of that. I can't control him. I can message him, say, hey, follow Niner, Sixer, love you, whatever. No, it's not going to happen. And they flooded my DM box massively, and I'm like, dude, no, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help it.
I think the favorite tweet that I ever saw, and this must have been a while, because I think he's past 9 million, but it was like 9 million believers and not enough fists.
Whoa.
It's like punch out all those little bastards is what I'm saying. That was a great tweet. Some comedian tweeted that.
Are officially on iTunes. Subscribe.
Are you like tweeting that to all of the believers?
I am. No, we're not messing with his fans. Shut up.
Okay.
We need to have our own fans, and it's kind of hard because Brandon can't even get our show name right. Like, when we got into this, we talked about the Brian and Brandon show, and he's like, oh, I kind of like that. And then he's like, he started going with the Brandon, and now he's like, it's the Brian and Brandon show. And I'm like, no, it's the other way around.
Do you have any idea how many times I've logged in? It's like, invalid password. And I'm looking at like, it's the Brian and Brandon show. And it's literally like invalid. I'm like, I know I'm typing the right password. What the blank is going on? And then finally it's like, oh, wait, we're the Brandon and Brian show.
It's just my personality. It should have just been the Brian and Brandon show. Usually I'm like that. I'm like, you want me a part of this? Girl. It's the Brian and Brandon show.
So what was
Here
the
at Wild
reaction
Blend.
to the first one? I mean, did like people say like, yeah, man, what did people say about that
They
first
love me. I don't know about you. I'm working double. I need to bring a laptop. This is bullshit. All right, so yeah, we are. Not a whole lot of. Comments. They loved it. Funny. It was a good show. Someone suggested we should have music in the background a little bit, and I told them about the copyright and some of the copyright crap, and some of these sites will can our file. And so we can't really do that. But maybe we can come up with something that we originally created and have that in the background just for background noises. But
I offered to do Bohemian Rhapsody karaoke, and you nixed it.
That's still copyrighted. You have to do your own.
Oh.
Your own.
No.
Like, do.
No, Wild Planet loves YouTube. We can do YouTube. You just aren't going to be able to. Here's the funny part.
Wild Planet does not have control what we post.
Well, no, here's the paradox. This is where it's going to really blow your mind. Yeah, okay, a paradox is like where the world's turning in on itself. Mm-hmm. So we can play YouTube clips on Wild Planet, but if we try to post our show on YouTube with the YouTube clips, YouTube is not going to like it. So we're going to play YouTube. and then we'll just never be on YouTube. Does that make any sense? It's a paradox.
SoundCloud, all that. What I'm saying is that we'll do a show with music in the background, and then we'll upload it, and they'll say, "Sorry, we detect copyright. We're not going to post it."
Spreaker will be okay.
Bullshit. I bet you they won't. SoundCloud was on my ass.
Okay, SoundCloud, yes.
SoundCloud was
yes.
like, nope.
SoundCloud, I understand. SoundCloud is like
nope.
that.
All right, so, so we are on social media. We are at on Facebook, facebook.com/Brandon Bryan Show with no W. It says we're on Twitter, same thing. And we are on Speaker, same name. Also, we are now officially on iTunes, and you can read that. Now, did that show up on the Facebook? I don't know.
No, there's no iTunes mention on the Facebook yet.
What is wrong with you? Get with it. Refresh that bitch.
Ta-da! Oh, Brian is the social media master.
Yeah, I'm managing a lot of accounts right now. I'm like, shoot, did I just tweet that on my own? So go to facebook.com/Brandon Bryan Show with no W, and like us. Tell us how much you love us. Tell us what you want to hear in our show, what we should change or what we're doing great. And I know all you diamonds out there, please be honest and just tell me what you think. Don't just say, oh, it's your show, blah, blah, blah. Because they do that. Brian can do no wrong. Brian's shows are always great. They will never, ever tell me I'm doing something wrong. It's kind of like the Believers.
That's loyalty, man. That is some intense loyalty.
It's pretty intense, but when I look for feedback and I don't get it, and it's just like, come on, guys, just be honest. I'm willing to change it.
Do you know what I'm going to do on Monday?
Sleep?
No. I'm going to
Meet a guy.
I'm going to launch my news show using Luscious Lucy, our digital co-host from the first episode, but my news show is not a comedy, so I'm going to launch it straight. I'm going straight, you see. I'm going totally straight in the newscast.
Right.
As if...
Straight, huh?
Well, here's the thing. I'm just going to launch it as if those are all real co-hosts and wait for people to be like, wait, what the fuck is... Those are those.
You know what? Lucy is ours, and I don't think so. No, because where's that bitch right now? Like, seriously, she went out, and we haven't seen her for a week, so I don't know what's going on, but she's supposed to be here. She is a co-host. She don't just come in when she wants. And I think that the viewers would love to hear it. And what's up with my can? It looks like Incredible Hulk and shit going on here. But anyways, yeah, so Lucy, where the hell you at, girl? Call in. You know the numbers.
Brian, you are so sexy.
Oh, girl, I knew you were out there.
She's Skyping in right now.
She's Skyping in now? I didn't hear the Skype beep, beep, beep. Yours is your work.
I'm on my way, you stud muffin.
Lies. You should have been here before. So anyways, all right, so again, look for us. I think, hey, go Google us right now and see if we're even there. Put Brandon Bryan. Hey, my phone just said Google. Stop. Google us, Brandon Bryan Show with no W, and see what happens. And then if that don't work, try hashtag, because I've been pushing hashtag.
Oh my God, Brian knows what he's doing, and I am the moron that is like not. I didn't get that. You know this shit.
Told you. Why do you think they pay me the big bucks?
Are you sharing?
No. This is all my work. You ain't sharing your work. I'm doing my job in the show.
Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, Google is like, did you mean Brandon Brains?
Brandon Brains? What the hell? Who's been Googling that
Okay,
shit?
so this is, you've got a genius hashtag with the Brandon Bryan Show, SHO, but Google's like, did you mean Brandon Brains?
Well,
and I'm tempted to say, yes, we did mean Brandon Brains, because I'm the brains. I don't know, just kidding.
Not. If you take out all the ads or whatever, you can Google Brandon Bryan Show with no W, and you will find all our social media journeys. Yeah. Now, if y'all want to be on the web like us, you can pay me.
So we should like have guests sometime, or maybe. Well, actually, I think that we're going to take a microphone and we're going to go and do some field work at some point. So we don't even need to call in. We're just going to go to them.
Okay. Well,
we'll like get them in a barn or something.
Can you? Okay, yeah, I guess that could work. But can you tap into this live from out of the studios? Because, girl, I'm pushing for the live show. I'm on. So, well, technically we could, but it's a little tricky because we would have to remote log in and then tap in. Yeah. It could be done. But I guess a couple of times we could just not be in the studios, just record out. Like, we can actually record out and play back. There's a lot of things to work out.
Better yet, our Spreaker will go live. If you want to go live, we'll just go live on Spreaker.
But what about our iTunes? How do we get that up there?
It'll go live after the live goes live. It'll be like
iTunes.
A paradox.
No love for you, iTunes. Sorry. So, yeah, tweet us, guys. Even this ain't fucking live. Oh, girl, that's my video. No.
Hey, guys, we're here at CC Slaughters in Portland, Oregon.
And we're about to go party our asses off. And we invite you to come get a first glimpse with us. Come on now. Let's go inside.
Hey, I thought we were going on a tour. Now we're looking at Jupiter Hill.
Yeah, they totally lied to us. They're like, come into CC Slaughters. Then the next thing you know, it's like, here's the Jupiter Hotel. It's like, wait, they bait and switched us.
I think they did. I think they didn't review their work before posting it because this is crazy. The title and all that says that. But yeah, it looks like... oh, wait. That looks like CC's. Turn that up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
Slaughters in Portland, Oregon. Yes. And I found my very good friend that also works at the Jupiter Hotel, Mr. Danny. Danny, how's it going tonight?
Yeah, awesome. This is sponsored by...
It's very nice to bump into you here. So what exactly brings you to CC Slaughters on this beautiful Friday?
I actually know that guy.
That guy's never there anymore, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Isn't it great when they review a club and they like put in a plant? Like
I know.
Fake person,
they're like, I found my guy who's the president of the... Bitch, you don't go there. You're just there because the film has happened to be there. Like, how do you... When you're at CC's and it's busy, like it looks like, and you don't know who's there. It's hard. I go there with friends and I sometimes lose them because...
They're clearly not there during a live show. They're there when people are like just starting to come in.
Yeah, I can't find people. They find me because I'm so sparkly.
LGBTQ pride is self-affirmation, dignity, equality, building community, and celebrating our diversity and gender variance. Wild Planet Radio.
Welcome back to the Brandon and Brian Show. Hey, Brandon, I got something very interesting.
Is it about Madonna?
Of course it's about Madonna. Why do you think we're leading in with this song? Oh, I love this song. I just sing it, but...
She's back, man. I'm digging this. She's really back, and she's cool again.
Oh, yes. This album, have you heard this album? It's amazing. Like, every song is just, I don't know. But yeah, she's back. So
I like Heartbreak City.
Heartbreak. Oh, okay. So apparently, the Queen, Madonna, 56, likes to pose nude on Instagram. The problem is, Instagram do not allow nude photos. But so now... The smart ass that she is, she's posting censored video, or not videos, but pictures of her. Like this one I was looking at, it was her boobie, but it had like a black mark around the tit.
Yeah, I've got a quote from her. She says, "Why is it okay to show ass but not breasts?" She wrote, drowning in the hypocrisy of social media. So she feels that it's unfair that she can show one and not the other.
Yeah, you know. Gotta love those stupid rules, stupid laws. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting.
Do you remember when she wrote that book about sex like 20 years ago? That was okay, but not Instagram. Oh God, not that.
Yeah, well, you know, Facebook owns Instagram and they're kind of Hitler at this. But
so what's going on in her video? Like, take me through this. Like, what is happening here? Are these matadors?
I have no clue. I have not seen this video. Are you sure this is the right video? You know, like, I think we touched bases on this song. No, maybe it was a different show, but I don't know. This song, Living for Love, we know what it's based on, right?
Relationships. Issues.
And I think that she was in a bad relationship, and I think that's what those matadors or whatever, it's kind of like you're the devil or something. It's like ups and downs, but now it's like, I'm done with you and I'm moving on and I'm Madonna bitch. And there's a song like that on the CD too. Have you heard that? I'm Madonna bitch.
I'm wondering when she's going to do a duet with Garth Brooks.
I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah.
I'm still holding out hope.
Yeah. Nah. I think a country version of Madonna. Come on, really? I don't know. I can just see it.
She did do a cover of John Lennon's Imagine.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of like the same, you know? I mean, she has some R&B songs, right? Ballads. We have Garth Brooks country. I think their voices would be like, wait, I'm confused. First it was a country voice, now it's a regular voice, you know? I don't know. What is that?
I'm queuing up my favorite Madonna.
Oh, yeah, and we're just going to end it with your favorite song. Wait, are you keeping track of time? Oh, of course, your favorite song would be Vogue. And last episode of Brian Diva Cox Rewind, I actually was dancing to this song at the club at CC's.
You dance?
Oh, yes, I dance. You should see me when I...
What's that like?
Well, you know, it's pretty good and very entertaining, as people would say. It entertains all sides of the world.
We got to get you on stage sometime.
Most of my dancing is coming out of the shower because save the towel and dance it off, right? Again, a lot of videos are on Brian Diva Cox Rewind. Check it out. It's on YouTube.
All right, so we're in episode number 2, segment number 2. Are we going to do a fan contest one of these days? How about we ask the fans what they'd like to see? I think we should get some involvement.
We're going to do what does Brandon want to see, because he seems more confused. Brandon is very confused at this show. It's kind of like out of his element to the point where, we're going to be honest, he showed up to work without a show.
There's no script tonight.
And Brian saved the show. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have an episode 2 for you guys.
But I'm also the editor, so you may never know in the final product.
I also control all the social media. Ha ha ha.
Oh, we've reached a stalemate here.
Yeah, because without social media, this show is nothing.
All day long, I've been typing into our accounts trying to log in the Brian and Brandon show, and it's like, invalid. And I'm like, what's the matter? It's the Brian and Brandon show, right? And then I look at it like, oh,
you know,
shiza. It's actually the Brandon and Brian show.
Why wasn't it the Brian and Brandon show?
It's catchier. I don't know.
Really?
No.
Because last time I checked, BR, and mine goes to an I, yours goes to an A. Yeah.
I actually have a whole list of all the possibilities. So if we were doing gay bed and breakfast, which was my original first thought, I actually had the first 2 episodes of gay bed and breakfast all plotted out, except here was the catch. We'd have to go to a new bed and breakfast every episode. It actually would take place in a bed and breakfast. That's really complex, isn't it?
You know, that just gave me an idea for a YouTube channel. Thank you. I'm going to make millions off of this idea.
I was going to fake it, though, make it seem like, oh, we've got a fancy breakfast and English tea, but we'd actually just be in the studio with sound effects.
You know, that just... I don't know. I'm writing this down. Ideas.
I have a sketch that is actually written for us called Gay Star Trek. If we do the Gay Star Trek, we will just take off, man. We'll be huge.
Okay. So... I guess this is a time where we can talk about social medias. I mean, we're everywhere. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Speaker. And now we're on iTunes. So, search us Brandon Brian Show with no W and subscribe, please. We love you to subscribe and make us happy. Anyways, or tweet us. Something like that.
I'm looking at us on iTunes right now. It is so cool. Every time a new episode comes in, it makes a little red dot. It's very high tech.
It's very high tech. Oh, yeah, it is. Sweet.
We need a new picture, though, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's on the list. It's on the task list, and we got more on the task list. You know, people think running a show is so easy. For some of us,
this is not easy.
Some of us, it's very easy. I just want to come in here and knock this out and go home. And then, no, we had to take a timeout for Brandon. Timeout. He's just like, he's just basically the vibe I got. He's so stressed out and he can't function. He just want to shut it down and not do anything. And I said, we have it. We can just record this. You can add extra stuff in the edit. But the point is, if we don't record tonight, we ain't having a show next week. Or we're not releasing the show, and which we don't have a time yet. You're not going to say because last time you didn't make those deadlines. So we're not on the air. We're not going to release. Just subscribe.
I mean, if I say a day right now, no one's going to believe it?
Yeah, you cried wolf. It's done. Yeah, you cried wolf.
Well, I like Mondays.
Mondays is great, but I just, and not until we get the structure down. Until we get your scheduling down, because I don't know.
Tuesdays better. I fancy
Tuesdays. We almost didn't even make it Tuesday.
Well, we made it by Wednesday, so I mean, like, that was only like 4 days late.
That's why I like not having a time. If we're not, I like it that way. Somewhere during this week we'll release this. We just need to iron out some stuff, and Brandon has a busy schedule in his personal life, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, and I'm doing 3 shows, and one of them is going to be 7 days of the week, 7 gays of the week, which is kind of a lot, and I think I'm going to do it.
Well, I have projects too, and I'm doing it, so don't give me that crap. If you want to be in this industry, you do what you got to do to make it. I do have to
give you a compliment on all the social media stuff, and you know how to have things timed. They're released at the same time every time. Like, that's the way it should be, isn't it?
Yep. We are hit it up everywhere. Go ahead and message us on Twitter, twitter.com/Brandon Bryan Show with no W, and I will make sure to respond to you.
And my contribution, you can send us an email at the Brandon and Bryan Show at Gmail. I almost said the Bryan and Brandon Show, but then they'll be emailing the other guys. Wouldn't that be great if we Googled it and there is a Bryan and Brandon Show competing with us?
Yeah. Next time,
country music.
Next show, or anybody wants to be part of the show, it's going to be the Bryan Show, the Bryan and Blank Show, because it just should be. It's more catchier and names out there. I think so. I don't know. It's too much to change it now. And I was going to ask you, should we change our email?
We might be changing email, so I redact that last comment. Don't send us an email.
Yeah, because we changed it to the Brandon Bryan Show, so why should it not cross the board? Because if you Google it, the Brandon Bryan Show with no W, one word, you'll get all our social medias.
We'll be changing emails. We'll have to get back to you callers. Oh, wait, there's no callers because we're not live.
We're not. Great, wonderful.
But here's my clever contribution. Since I bought all those fancy microphones and we have the iPhone high-tech ability to go live, I think we should go to a club or something and just corner all the guys and put a microphone in their face, and they're the guest, and they're the guests.
Whoa, for a second I was going to be like, are we talking about a show, or are we talking about your fantasy here?
This is not a dating show. It's not even a game show. It'll be like we'll be there live. I don't know.
You want to corner them and shove a
microphone,
a round object into their face, and they'll just like, what is going on here?
It looked good on paper.
Oh, I bet everything looks good on paper. Hey, I need to see time.
Oh, it's 9:49.
No, I need to see our how much we have other segments to get to. Yeah, I need to see that. Okay, good. We are dedicated to do an hour show. And
next week.
No, we're going to pull something. I think we have enough to do an hour show, I think. I don't know. If not, we'll just keep going and going and going, like the Energy Bunny or the guy in your fantasy.
You're listening to the Bryan and Brandon Show on Not Wild Planet Radio.
You better edit that out. Oh my God.
I take it all back. You're listening to the Brandon and Bryan Show, currently still on Wild Planet Radio.
Yeah. So, Brandon, do you want to talk about, let's be real. We want to talk about what our show almost did not happen last week, and let's just be real with our listeners. Let's talk about the deadlines that you set yourself and did not make.
It was 17 hours in the edit room. No, just kidding. It was 7 hours of editing for a 1-hour episode of the Brandon and Bryan Show. And here's the real truth. This is the real funny part. 6 hours to edit the first 10 minutes, 6 hours to edit the cold open, and then to edit the 47-minute long segment. It took like 20 minutes. It was like snip, snip, and so it's like, oh God, it was all the special effects, and it was Lucy, and it was all that stuff. It took forever, and then once it got into the like, now you're listening to Brandon and Ryan, like that whole long segment, it was like 2 clips, boom, done. And I changed a few volume levels, so I think that in the future, a live broadcast is possible because there'll be less editing, or just do it in segments, and then, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it's always the special effects.
I fell asleep while editing. I didn't mean to. I was like, I'll just lay down for 5 minutes. I just need 5 minutes to close my eyes, wake up, and it's like the rooster.
Yeah, and I mean, when we ran into bugs in the show, Brandon, my wonderful co-host, I almost threw the towel in because why, Brandon?
I thought it was released on Wednesday. No, okay, so I've technically resigned once. And I actually never unresigned, so I'm here as a guest. I'm a guest on the Brian and Brandon show right now.
Exactly.
Not on Wild Planet Radio.
Yeah, it was a okay, so be honest that it was my understanding I was going to handle the social media part. Well, Brandon got a little ahead of himself, started creating accounts, and we didn't even have the name down that we wanted. So when we had our meeting, what was that meeting?
It was on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, yeah, because I was leaving,
which was already 2 days past the original deadline.
Yeah,
just if you're keeping track, I was already 2 days past the original deadline by the first meeting.
Yeah, and because Brandon on the air says we're releasing it Mondays or Sundays, or I don't even know what. You gave a bunch of dates, and we didn't meet it, but. So during our meeting, we were talking about, hey, this is what I think our social media name could be. This is why, blah, blah, blah. You go for it. We agreed. And we agreed that Brandon and Brian as our Twitter name sound like a gay couple sharing a Twitter account, and we didn't want that. So, but for some reason, Brandon didn't mention to me that his speaker account was the Brandon and Brian, and that was it. So I was like, there we go, pushing that gay couple sharing.
It was as gay as Bert and Ernie, man.
And so... So, Brandon finally came through, got the episode to me. I was going to review it. At first, he was just going to release it without, we had a big meeting, but, and I noticed that, and I was like, we can't release this. And oh, hell broke loose on Brandon's side. He was not happy. He wanted it released right now. And I was like, that's not fair that, we missed the 2-3 deadlines. I'm waiting. I have other projects and I'm holding off on this. So
April Fools. It was all an April Fools.
So, so as he's like, no, we need to release this now. And I'm like, dude, give me a couple hours.
Can we just write it all off as being an April Fool's Diva moment? Can we just all say it was an April Fool's Diva thing?
I never got the text saying April Fool's back. So,
you never got that one, bro?
No, I just got...
Sorry, bro.
I'm done. I'm over. I was like, dude, it's a new show. Our first show was thrown together 2 hours at dinner.
That's pretty sad. I quit after one episode.
And that's what I kept saying to you was, dude, we got a lot of shit to work out. Once we work it out, the show would be flowing. Once we got a connection.
It was the fans that brought me back because they loved it so much.
It was the fans that he realized that he almost threw a jump, a big. And
I listened to the episode. My aspirations, if you listen to the episode, my highest hopes were 1 tweet and 3 likes, and then you got lots of tweets and lots of likes, and it's like, whoa, you got like 100 times like my highest expectation.
That's why I kept on saying, are you sure you want to do this? Because this is
I set the bar pretty low for what I thought was going to happen.
This show, this spotlight can be a big step in your career. And you walking away like that, it's like, whoa, in this industry, you got to do whatever you got to do to make it. Remember, I told you that when on your first show, I said you need to do what you want to do and don't let no one tell you no. And there's going to be everything's not going to go right the first time, but keep pushing through in this show. And I was just like,
I was going to do something stupid, like go do a news show with Luscious Lucy.
I
7
know.
days a week.
He was just going to run away. I was just like-
that sounded like a great idea at the time.
So I kept pushing at it. I said, look, I'm releasing this episode. With you, without you. I already got everything squared away. Let me deal with the social media and negotiations because that's what I do. And I was going to release the show. I was like, fuck it, I have it. If you deleted it on Dropbox, I don't care. I have it. It's on my phone. I'm going to release it. You know, we worked hard. I put effort in it. My fans want to hear it. It's getting released. And if that was our last show, it was our last show. But what we learned going forward is what, Brandon?
We have assigned duties and roles, separate duties. My job is in the edit room. Clearly not on the pre-production side because I came unprepared. But in the edit room, I can rock it.
There you go. I handle social media. He handles that. That's why all the names are, across the board. And we learn not to fire with emotional thinking.
I'm going to use the Ghostbusters phrase here. Don't cross the streams.
There you go.
Don't cross the streams.
There you go. Exactly. And as you've seen, what you almost threw away, I mean, it's coming a hit. It's going to be a hit. It's already started. But, so yeah, as long as we stick our roles and compromise. It's almost like a relationship. Technically, it's a working relationship, but compromise and work it out and don't get fired out because remember, and that's why I noticed in our first meeting when you're like, "Oh, you want to listen to the final before?" And I was like, "Yeah."
To be fair, I've had jobs in the past where I wanted to quit after the first day, so it's kind of like a thing with me where I get in there like, "Oh yeah, this is just not." Yeah, my problem is like giving things a chance.
Yeah, but you can see it was good.
And I have a background in comedy too. That's the sad part, is that I can be funny when I want to.
When you want to, but you just can't be funny on the show. What we need you to be. I see how it is. But yeah, so we worked it out. We're on episode 2. We're going forward, and yeah. And what do you think you got to say to that? Because
I think that episode 3 will be the best yet because we'll be so prepared.
Yeah, as like today, I just basically wrote the show. He's like, "No, let's pack it up. Let's go." I'm like, No. See, that's the thing you got to understand. My name tagged to something, I don't take lightly. Like, I'm all like, you're putting my name, my reputation out there, and I'm like you said, you don't want to do a show that doesn't is not good. But it's the point of not having a show is really bad. So that's why I don't want you to give times and dates yet because I don't want to disappoint anymore. And so, yeah, that's why I'm kind of like boom, boom, boom on your ass because I'm like, Brandon, you're putting my name out here. I've never missed deadlines. I have so many shows going successful and just throw it out there.
Let's ask the fans when they want it to come out. Let's let them help us decide.
No, we're going off your schedule. It's
Tuesdays.
not what they decide.
It comes out on Tuesdays.
If you all subscribe to all our media, you'll have the episodes. Speaker gives alerts.
Yes.
How do they do it? iTunes. We're on iTunes now. I don't know if I talked about that. We're on iTunes. Gives you download the app or whatever. I'm not an Apple fan, as you can see. I have no clue how it is, but I'm sure there's some notifications and possibility YouTube. Access coming soon. I got to work that out, figure out how we want to do that. So you should be able to hear us all across the board. When I get done with this, we're going to be everywhere.
Well, I'm excited to be back on the show.
I'm excited that you're not giving me no more drama because I'll just edit your ass out and be like, it's the Brian Show.
There's an iPhone app. You could have done a decent Brandon. But then you'd have to rebrand it all again.
It'd be like, do the Brandon. This is Brandon. No, I would just do, I'll do like what the boy bands do. It's like they cut everybody else out, and the one who can sing goes on a solo career. Like, I've done this. I know it. I could do a show.
Yes,
I could do a show for sure. But yeah, so that is the little behind the truth. I don't know if
here's how you could have replaced me on the air.
You're listening to Brandon and Brian.
That's pretty good. That's pretty much exactly like me.
Dear God. Can you imagine that, getting all this credit, and you're like, there's no, and then we go do like a live show, and they're like,
a video, and there's nobody
there's
sitting there.
There's no Brandon. We made it up the whole time. It's all computerized. Like, oh my God. that means we're a little crazy, I think. But hey, it's entertainment. So, moving on. So, we got that done.
So we won't promise them a time or a date, but this episode will come out.
Not yet. Like they know we're shooting right now, so they can expect it during the week. Long as it's during the week. Long as it's during the week, it's good.
Thanks for listening to Brandon and Brian on Wild Planet Gadio.
Gadio?
Whoops, typo. Gadio.
What the hell's Gadio? Lucy, dude, you've been drinking too much from last week. I see how it is. All right, so Portland listeners, I heard, or you may heard, but we have Garth Brooks coming. Anybody excited about that?
That's cool.
Like living, what's those songs? Like, yeah, it's cool. It's like to think like
Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes. Bam, bam, bam.
No, I was thinking more like friends in low places. But
okay.
I got friends
in low places.
Where the whiskey. You don't know any songs, but anyway. So yeah, he'll be
Thunder rolls.
He'll be here in Portland on April the 12th to the 16th. If you want to check out tickets, Motor Center, go for it. Check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I was a big Garth Brooks fan, but I don't think I'm gonna go to the show.
I think we'll do a live broadcast from out front. That's what we'll do. We'll stand outside and do a live episode.
Roams in the dire chases. You should play in a cut. You were supposed to play a cut. Oh yeah, local Portlandiers. Guess what? Garth Brooks is coming to Motor Center April 12th to the 16th. What do you think about that, Brandon?
He's pretty cool, man. I saw him play with Billy Joel.
In the morning.
Oh yeah, you did? Yeah, I'm not. I mean, when I was younger, I was a Garth Brooks fan, but he's kind of old. It's weird that he still has that power, but I think it goes to show that once you're a celebrity, you always have a celebrity. So this goes back to people quitting bands and think they're going to get their life back.
He actually did say he was quitting music at one point in his
Garth
career,
Brooks,
and people freaked the freak out.
Oh yeah, they always do that. I mean, Usher, and then they come back and they're still at the top of their game. It's just like once you're a celebrity, you're a celebrity. But you know, it's funny is because it's from memory is. When I was younger, I was such a Garth Brooks fan, kind of, and I wanted to go to the concert so bad. My mom and her friend were going to go. I used to go around singing those songs. Like, I know the songs, I can go. I wanted to go so bad. Maybe because of my first concert, I was young. So I would go to my mom and start busting out Garth Brooks just to say, I know every song. There's no reason why I can't go. It's almost like it was a competition to show, well, I know all the songs, so I am entitled to go, you know? So I remember that as a childhood memory, as going around and just buzzing out Garth Brooks for a whole fucking month.
I saw him. So what he did was a duet show with Billy Joel, kind of like one of those double bills. And Billy Joel started playing New York State of Mind, and they did a New York State of Mind duet that was pretty cool.
All the sweet is nice as the storm goes on out of control. Do deep in her heart.
And the thunder rolls.
What was that? Come on, get your country voice. You got the lyrics. I think this is every house in the something across the street. Lights on. I don't know, verse.
She's waiting by
there you go.
The window when he pulls into the
This is karaoke.
She rushes out to hold him, thankful he's alive. But all the wind and the rain, a strange new perfume blows, and the lightning flashes in her eyes, and he knows that she knows.
You know what this song's about, Brandon?
It's about, some domestic stuff.
What else?
Thunder is rolling.
So my vibe is that he cheated. And she came home, and his wife got him. But I don't think this is I mean, most country songs are personal, but I don't know if he did. But some of these celebrities, when they get their hits and all that, they go crazy and do stupid shit and think they can screw everybody.
And he's coming to Portland, yeah?
Yeah, he's coming to Portland, so it's going to be interesting, and I think it's going to be a hit. What I see on the media feeds is pretty popular. People are excited. I don't know what the tickets are. MotorCenter.com, MotorCenter, Portland.com, I don't know. MotorCenter, Portland, Google. I don't know, but if you guys, send me a message on Twitter, the Brandon Bryan Show. What you think about Garth Brooks? Do you think he should just retire, or do you think? I mean, does he have new music, or is he going to sing like old songs? It's interesting.
You always want to play the hits when you're that big from the last 20 plus years, you know?
Yeah, but it's to the point where like he's almost casino famous now, where he can only perform at casinos.
So I would like to leave us off with a tribute to Zayn Malik, who has left One Direction officially. Sad. Fans everywhere are crying. Until the next big thing.
He ain't going nowhere. Come on.
Once again, One Direction.
Saturday Night Live.
There's a lightning in your eyes I can't deny. Then there's me inside a sinking boat, running out of time. Without
You've been listening to the Brandon and Bryan Show. Thank you. Good night, all.
There's a devil in your smile that's chasing me. Every time I turn around, it's only...
I don't get to say goodbye to my fans. I have fans. Yeah, you rude. Anyways, all right. Thank you for listening. As everybody, remember, follow us on all our social media platforms. Brandon Bryan Show with no W. Send me a tweet. Send me a Facebook. Like, favorite, share. Wait, that's YouTube. Go to iTunes. Subscribe. Let us know what you think about the show. And, thank you for listening. And see you next week. Music.
I don't even know which one he is.
I was just gonna ask you, be like, do you even know which one he is?
Wild Planet acknowledges that our community is enriched by the diversity of multicultural and multilingual people, transgender, intersex, asexual people, people living with disabilities, and active allies with varied religious and spiritual beliefs, political views, and associations. We encourage everyone across all our communities to participate. Just go to wildplanetradio.com for all the info. That's wildplanetradio.com.